Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
Welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. Every Tuesday at naturally high noon at the Universal Broadcasting Network here in Hollywood, California, out of the Sunset Gower Studios. And every Thursday and Saturday on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, AM 1050, FM 106.5. KCAA, and now anytime on iHeartRadio. And this is a show about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words, no Kardashian talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So no constantly negative news as well. And today I want to start by my fabulous shout-outs, my peace shout-outs to examples of excellent customer service instead of poor complaining customer service. So Judy on JetBlue, this peace in, peace out to you. Brittany at CityCard, and a beautiful breath of loving peace and healing to the family, Brian Sprinkles, a son, and his family of Reverend Dr. Lissa Sprinkles, who was my teacher, who transitioned last week. And I just love every moment that I had with her on this side, and wanted to just give peace and love to all those, and there are just thousands and thousands of people who were enhanced and touched by her fierce love and knowing of who we are, perfect, whole, and complete. So this is for you, Reverend Lissa, and to your family. And as well, it is another special day. Today is the 19th birth year of my older daughter, Chloe May Carpenter. Hey, babe. I called her. She's in Cornell, New York, and we had a wonderful conversation this morning. And she is absolutely a stunning, beautiful inside and out girl. And I wanted just to briefly read a couple of things that she sent to me. She sent a manifesto of things that she learned when she was 18 and going on 19. And the first one is, when someone hurts you, you don't need to redeem yourself. Sometimes you have to sit through the pain. Another one is, don't invalidate your own feelings. Don't push people away to rest. Don't push people away to test how much they care, because one day they may never come back. And number 18 is, don't undermine your success. And number 19, you don't need someone to love yourself. And I mean, come on. I get this. It's like it's my birthday. So Chloe May, I love you so much, and I'm so proud and grateful to have you as a daughter. Happy birthday. And to the show, first, a big thank you to my call-in producer, Jarvis Essex, who does an amazing job lining people up so I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura, because it is call-in week here, second week of every month. And if you'd like to get free advice that I don't use, contact him every month, and he'll put you on the lineup. And today we have two callers waiting to talk to me. And the first one is Angela. Angela, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to speak with you.
And I'm so excited to have the opportunity to speak with you. And as per usual, hopefully you're not driving. Is it possible to close your eyes gently right now?
I can do that.
All right. And taking a deep breath in through the nose and releasing all the stories and the drama And another deep breath in, connecting with me through chi, eternal energy. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And on a scale of 1 to 10 in the area of health and well-being, how would you rate yourself today? 1 being not so great and 10 being fabulous.
I think today I'll give myself an 8.
8.
I feel like an 8 today.
Fabulous, fabulous. And the same scale in relationships, what would that number be?
Relationships right now are a little transitional for me, but I think I'm going to give it a 7.
A 7, okay. You are a positive person, I can tell already. And then in the last area of job and career, what would be your number?
I'm going to give that a 3.
All right. It looks like I know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
How would you move the 3 up? What is going on? What's not?
Well, my entire life is in transition after divorce and having a baby. And I just feel like I went to college, and after college, I worked in entertainment, and it was a lot of traveling, a lot of late hours. And since I've had a baby, well, he's about 5 now, but since I had him, I can't work in that capacity anymore. So I stayed with him, home with him a few years, and now I work more so in social services.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rewarding to be helpful to people, but it's really not. I enjoy volunteering in social services, but I don't enjoy it as a full-time job. And I feel like all the time that I had off staying with my son, my skill set is not where it should be. I feel like I'm not sure if I should go back to college. You know, I always have these different ideals about what my life should be, what my path should be. I feel I have more of an entrepreneurial spirit, so I would prefer to be working independently. And so I kind of freelance. I kind of manage a few people in the entertainment industry now, but my primary source of income is working this job that I feel is not quite a good fit for me.
Right.
And the other thing is that my son, he has asthma, so I definitely have to work for insurance instead of in the past where I would take more of a leap of faith and just kind of follow my heart.
Right. All right. So one of the things I love to do in the call-in shows is help balance life tires and smog check some of your critical thinking. So let's start with that. So I never, ever, ever want to hear you say or internalize the belief system that somehow, the BS, by the way, the belief system that somehow because you had a child and have been home, that you are behind or lagging or that you have lost a place in the workforce. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So that belief system keeps you feeling like you are less than. Correct?
You're correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's BS, and we are going for thoughts and beliefs that do not make you feel less than. We are going for statements and beliefs and realities that are the truth of who you are in the best possible way. So let me reframe everything that you've just given me. All right? Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So you are a capable, a problem-solving, achievement-oriented, successful individual who did well in the workplace in another field and chose to birth a beautiful being and honed some new skills in the field of motherhood that you didn't have before and worked very hard to be the best possible mom you could be, caring for someone that depends on you and you have a responsibility towards.
Wow. Well, when you say it like that, I feel amazing. Yeah.
As you should, because it's the truth. Have you not learned things about yourself? Have not the situation of raising a child, a precious being for 5 years and learning how to feed and read and teach and love and care and caress and be and comfort and soothe, all of those things that you've never done before in any other kind of job? Don't you feel like kind of pretty good about that?
I feel great about it, and it's an amazing job. I do.
Isn't it an amazing job? And isn't it wonderful that you took a leap of faith to do the kinds of things that you needed to do so that you could be present with your child and take a hiatus from a career that I'm sure gave you a lot of satisfaction, both monetarily and in your feeling of achievement orientation. Yes, you chose to put your energies in something that you will never have a chance to do again, because the first 5 years will never be again, ever. So you did that. So anytime a thought comes in your head like, well, this is what happens when I take a break from work, or this is how I got left behind, or this is how I can't compete anymore, I want you to just say, that's BS. Stop it.
Okay.
All right? I chose and have been and have grown myself into an amazing mom. Not perfect, but would you say you're an 88% great mom?
I would say so.
Okay. And I'm sure your kid would say so. I'm sure your kid would probably say more than 88% because they're not a teenager yet. So there. You're even above the 88% curve.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think where I get stuck is that I feel guilty.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel guilty about now that I'm working,
yes,
going back to work and,
mm-hmm,
and my son goes to school.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that I do for myself, I feel guilt about, because I feel like I should be spending that time nurturing my son.
Okay, so you have a little perfectionism going on?
I'm not sure if that's what you call it.
Yeah.
But,
well, the unrealistic expectation that you can be everything to everyone and that you really don't deserve to have anything for yourself?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm a recovering perfectionist. And here's one of the worst parts of the disease of perfectionism is it's never enough. Because even if you didn't do that, you would still find something to feel bad about because you want to be perfect. You want to be a perfect mom. You want to be a perfect employee. You want to be a perfect friend. And if you define yourself in all of those roles that you are to people, you will constantly be in a state of not enough. And it's called the hamster wheel. And the more roles you have, the more hamster wheels you have. And the more wheels you have, the more times you drop the ball, the more you try to catch up and be that perfect thing again. And the more unhappy you become. And this is the American dream.
I think I'm in that cycle right now.
Yes. So guilt is not a paying job. Feeling guilty is not a paying job. So there's really no point. So stop it. Okay. Secondly is, do you sit at home and watch TV and eat bonbons all day?
Never.
Okay. So you're not lazy.
No, I'm not.
So, and I say this because I'm all about balance. If you are a person that feels bad about yourself and what you're doing, and your choices are to sit in front of a TV all day and eat bonbons, then the guilt that you feel is probably healthy guilt. It's enough guilt to get you off your butt and doing something that makes you feel better. Not because you want to be a productive member of society, which is a good cause, but just because you want to feel better about yourself. If you want to feel better about yourself, do something that makes you feel better about what you're doing and what you're not doing, okay? But in your case, if you focus on all the ways in which you are being a good mom and you are there for your son, instead of the times, the rare times that you're not, you will feel better about yourself. But nobody can do that for you.
Okay.
All right? So that's got to stop. That's got to stop. You are
Okay.
providing for your son, so you have to do some work. And you are doing the best that you can with the time that you have and the resources you have, are you not?
Yes, I am.
So when you re-listen to this, I want you to write that statement down. And I want you to look at that statement often, and especially before you go to bed. Have I done the best that I could with the time that I have and the resources I have? Yes, then I am done. There's nothing to feel bad about. Got it?
I got it.
Got it. Okay. Now let's get to the particulars about what you like to do and what you don't like to do. So you are definitely aware, okay? And I like the way you said it. I like the feeling that comes from helping people. But the reality is a lot of helping professions don't pay a lot of money. And you know, again, it's part of the American BS or this belief system that says money is evil and you don't want to make a lot of money and it's honorable not to make money and it's honorable to work and give and give and give and not get anything in return. And that's BS. Okay. Money is good. Money can do beautiful things. Money's a great energy. There's nothing wrong with wanting a job that pays well. Okay, whether your son has asthma or not. Okay?
Right. Okay.
So we are looking for something to do that I use these 3 circles. So the first circle is, it's funny, my daughter asked me this question last night for one of her friends. So how do you get to doing what it is the best possible thing that you can do? So the first circle is your heart's desire. So your heart's desire is, what are those things that you really love doing? You know, what is it that, you know, is it creative problem solving? Is it helping people? Is it being in front of people? Is it making a contribution of some kind? Is it discovering something? What is your heart's desire? And get in touch with, what do you like? I have my clients all the time go into every situation and say, what is it that I like about this? What is it that, you know, what turns me on? What makes me happy? Does this feel good? Does it feel good? Does this feel good? Does this feel bad? So you do this in a very conscious level every single moment of every single day. And you'll begin to notice that there's some patterns. Well, I really like it when da 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 da. Okay? That's your heart's desires. That's a really important circle to populate. Okay? The second circle to populate is, what am I good at? Each one of us, 7.3 billion of us on the planet, have a unique talent, gift, and ability, or more, that only we can deliver. There's no one else like us, just like the snowflakes in the grass and the grains of sand. We are unique. Some of us more unique than others, present company included. But we want to celebrate and hone and find what it is that you do well. So you go back, and I think you have a pretty good grasp. That's self-awareness. That's a skill. What you're good at, and maybe some things that you're not. Okay, so I know I'm good at talking, so it's a good thing that I have that skill for talk radio. And I know I'm really not good at being patient, which is why I decided not to go for the PhD in clinical psychology and got it in organizational psychology instead, because I just do not have the patience for my patients. Got it? So I know that much about myself. So your skill set, what you're good at, naturally good at, do you know what they are?
I feel like this is the area that I feel like I'm all over the place, because I definitely feel like I'm very good at marketing.
Okay.
I'm good at helping people develop ideas for their businesses. I feel like I would love to open a restaurant one day. Mm-hmm. I feel I'm very good at, I'm very interested in health and wellness. Mm-hmm. But I think the thing that always comes back to me, and the thing that I freelance in, and I've had lots of different opportunities with very influential people to help them with their marketing of their businesses.
Great. Great. So you're not all over the place. You can be good at a number of things. The one of the biggest BSs in our society is that we can only do one thing with our lives. We go to school, we have to specialize, we pick a major, we go to school for a long time to do that particular thing, and then we're chained to that job or career for the rest of our lives. That's a belief system, and that's BS. We can do anything we want in this thing called life. Anything. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be overnight, and you can't do it all at the same time. You can't enjoy all of your favorite foods at one sitting. It's not favorite anymore. So there's a time and a place for everything, and your job is to plant the seeds and let it unfold. So you go, your homework is every day, I want you to spend a half an hour on Google and just put in search words of what you're feeling and what you're interested in. And we're so fortunate. This time and place in our world, anytime someone says, oh, it's hard to find a job, I'm like, I don't want to hear about it. It is not hard to find a job. There are so many things and opportunities and things to play in and practice in. You've got so many avenues and monster.com and so many offerings and so many nonprofits and so many meetups and so many things that we can get involved with. All you need to do is just be open to whatever is in front of you and then try it. And if it doesn't pan out, it doesn't mean it didn't pan out. It just meant it panned out for a very short time. Kind of like relationships.
One of the questions that I have right now is, I don't know if it's just been negative self-talk, but I had gotten to the point where I said, well, maybe I should just go back to school and get another degree. Although when I freelance, I am capable of retaining clients, but I just said, well, maybe if I went back to school and got another degree, then I could enhance my skill set and be more marketable myself.
What degree do you have now?
Right now I have communication.
Okay, and it's a bachelor's in communications?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I would do. Instead of debating about it, go explore it. That's your first, careers in communication or careers in marketing, and then go look at what they're looking for. Are they looking for a specific degree? Are the job specs looking for anything in particular? If they're saying that you really don't need any more than a bachelor's, then there's your answer. Now, education, my father was a PhD, so he's a little biased. And when it looked like there was a fork in the road that I almost went and became a singer, he came down and reminded me that I've always wanted a PhD. But here's the thing about education. It doesn't guarantee you anything, but it does give you more choices. So there's nothing wrong with it, and there's nothing right with it. It's just a fork in the road that may or may not. So, you have to look at a number of things. Does the timing work with your schedule? Does the school work with your schedule? Does the tuition work with your schedule? Does it have a good reputation? Is there a market for that? All of that requires not trying to make a decision based on your feelings. Okay? Do the research. And be open, because when you do this life play, I call it, on the computer, you just never know what you're going to see. Something that it might be a third way that doesn't involve a degree at all. You just don't know. Right. You don't know. So this is how we kind of confuse ourselves by making assumptions about things we know nothing about and limiting possibilities. So instead of saying, I don't know if I should do this or do this, it's not time for that. It's my options are wide open. Isn't this exciting that I'm employable? I have a number of skills. I have a number of different avenues that I've applied them. And there's no limit here. You could meet someone in your current job who's looking for someone to help them market and put a business plan together. And then in 1 year, they become this massive business that goes public, and you have stocks in it, and all of a sudden you have a gazillion dollars.
Right.
It's limitless. The only thing limiting you right now is your BS. Those belief systems that, oh, I have to do this, or I can't do this, or it's not possible to do this, or they're going to look at my resume and say, oh, she's not up to, and this and this and this. You already have a track record of doing things for people. And obviously, if you weren't good at it, you'd only have one.
Right.
So go with that. And there's nothing wrong with being a free spirit. There's nothing wrong with having a job, and also, your kid's going to get more involved in different activities. You're going to have more time instead of less when you're with them. I say, like, up to age 6, try to really do as much as you can with them. So my balance for your schedule is you work when you work. Okay. And it is kind of good. It sounds like it's one of those jobs that you don't have to do a 70-hour week, like maybe a consulting company you probably would. And then you'd have, conflict even more. So you leave the work at work, and you come home and you play, and you just play and play and play. And you start, maybe you have your son do a project with you of some kind. Whatever it is, you teach him how to use some computer program that you've been learning how to do. Kids love to do that stuff. So you spend the time with him. When he's in school full time, you've got lots of time. Okay. During your lunch break, you can do some consulting. The sky's the limit. Angela, if nothing else, I want you to remember that the only limiting factor in your life is you.
Okay.
Your beliefs. Got it?
I got it.
What's your son's name? Or is it a daughter?
No, it's a boy. His name is David.
David. That was my father's name.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
And what do you love best about David?
Oh my gosh, he is my heartbeat. Like, I love everything about him. What I love most about him is that he loves me.
Yes. And I want you to know that the universe loves you. The friendly universe loves you with that same love and wants more for you than you could ever expect for yourself. We live in a friendly universe. So there's nothing conspiring against you. You've not gone one day without a meal or a roof over your head, have you?
I have not.
Okay, so why would it start now? You will always be okay. You will be more than okay. You are a beautiful person inside and out. I can hear it. You're doing the best that you can with the time that you have and the resources you have. Celebrate your life. Every morning I want you to get up and start with 8 gratitudes. Dr. Wayne Dyer said 5, I'm an overachiever, so we go with 8.
Okay.
So you sit up in bed and just do 8. Try to do a little meditation just for a couple minutes before the kid gets up, and connect with that friendly universe and watch what happens.
Wow, I love it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for calling in, Angela.
Thank you so much. This has been amazing. I really appreciate it.
Good. And keep in touch and let me know how things are going.
I will. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And that was Angela. And you are listening to the call-in week for Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, a show about hope and happiness. And the call-ins are the time where I get to help people balance their life tires and smog check their belief systems. And it is that time of the show where we thank the sponsors who make this possible. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Peace in and peace out. Get ready for Halloween and Thanksgiving and celebrate creativity at the Timeless Treasures Fall Boutique this week at the Lakewood Country Club, September 14th to 17th, and then to Huntington Beach, September 22nd to 25th, featuring American-made craftsmanship, seasonal decor, and live music, and a free gift if you mention Dr. Marissa. So come and enjoy fall California style. For directions, go to www.timelesstreasuresboutiques.com. All righty. And yes, please do come visit me. My other mom, Dolores Martin, is there with her beautiful knitted stuff. And yes, I did learn my knitting from her, for those of you who've seen me knit in meetings. And I do that to help keep my mouth shut. So we are just finished with Angela. It is call-in time, and I'd like to welcome on the air Brenda. Brenda, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dr. Marissa.
Hello, darling. And as per usual, if you would gently close your eyes, I'm going to connect with you through breath, taking a deep breath in through the nose and releasing, opening the heart, the body and the mind. And one more deep breath in, connecting with me through chi, eternal energy. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And on a scale of 1 to 10, Brenda, in the area of relationships in your life, how would you rate your current level of happiness in relationships? 1 being not too happy and 10 being ecstatic.
1.
1. Okay, I think I know what we're talking about. In the area of job and career, what's the number?
3.
And in health and well-being?
A 6.
6. Okay. So let's go to relationships. And before we do that, I want to give you a little trick. So I know you gave me 6, 3, and 1. That means that there are 6 things that are good in your health and well-being category, and there are 3 things that are good in your job and career, and there's 1 thing that's good in your relationship. The tendency for us is to go to those places that it isn't. And I want to tell you right now that every day you have a choice of focusing on the 1 or the 9. We're going to focus on the 9 because we're doing this call, but on the other categories, I want you to practice focusing on the good. Got it?
Got it.
Got it. All right. So let's go to the bad. Let's go to the thing that's causing you pain. Why is your relationship at 1?
Okay. I've been in a 5-year relationship with someone who is very abusive, verbally, physically, emotionally, and tries to belittle me and degrade me. And he tries to implement something in my mind to think I'm less than what I really am. So it's not working at all. And I've been trying to leave, but I've just been stuck. I don't know why. I'm hoping that it would get better, but it hasn't. So.
All right. So first of all, I am sorry. It's got to be painful. And it's not a situation that is good for you. You know that. The second thing I'm going to say is this is tough love. Brenda.
Yeah.
Why do you not love yourself enough to not be in a place where people treat you like crap? What about you do you think is so horrible that you would allow someone to treat you that way?
I don't know why I stayed. I feel like sometimes I can't do any better, I guess.
Okay, that's honest. Thank you for that. And I'm going to tell you right now that that's BS, so you can drop it right now. You are a loving, loved, and lovable woman. And the only person that you need to convince of that is you. It's got nothing to do with him. Because you don't feel good about yourself, because you don't love yourself, because you don't think you're worthy, you have attracted someone that treats you the way you see yourself. And that is the good news. That means we have some work to do on you.
Okay.
All right. So I'm guessing that you grew up with these similar feelings. Someone, yes, thank you for that. Someone, or more than one, has validated your internal belief that you're a piece of shiitake, and you are not a piece of shiitake. You are a precious child of the universe. And from this point on, I want you to wake up every morning, and when you're brushing your teeth, I want you to look in the mirror in your eyes and repeat it even when you don't feel like it. You say, I am a precious child of the universe. Because we have to do a hard reset right now. Because how old are you?
41.
You're 41 years old. The good news is you still have more than half of your life in front of you. The bad news is that for 41 years, you've lived in a place that is not you. For 41 years, you have allowed the lies that have been in your face integrate into your belief system about who you are. Now, I know the truth, and it's personal and it's not personal, because every person that comes into this life is a beautiful being inside and out. That's how we were born. You came out that way. But through the experiences that you've had from people who couldn't do any better, who couldn't think any better, who couldn't say any better, you wrapped yourself in their truth. That was not your truth. I also know that nothing happens without accident. So I know that you are representing, Brenda, you are representing a group of women who feel just like you. So you are a great living example of someone who has already realized that something's wrong. And you gave me the formula by telling me about him that tells me about you. And that ends today. Take a breath.
Okay.
And in that breath release, we're releasing 41 years of a Brenda that is not true. Ready? Release. That Brenda is gone. That Brenda, the victim, that Brenda, the lie, that Brenda, the covering of who she is gone. Now, you may feel like her, you may think like her, you may have thoughts that sound like her, but those are just a habit. Now, you're going to have to work really hard because it's a long-standing habit. My guess is you started feeling this way somewhere in your teens.
Yeah.
Okay? So, like what teen? Give me the number.
15.
15? Good. So you can remember a time where you didn't feel like this. Glimpses. Do you have any positive memories in the first 15 years of your life?
Yeah.
Yes? Give me one.
Yes. Holidays with my mother, my family.
How did that feel?
It felt great. I mean, my mom is just like, she's everything to me.
All right.
She's like all I really have.
Okay. And is she alive now?
Yes, she is.
Good. So you have a great example of how much you're loved. Some people don't have that. And when you're feeling sorry for yourself, I want you to think that there are some people on the planet who do not even have that as an example, and how lucky you are to have that. Do you get that tool? Did you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So practically speaking, that's exactly what I was saying about focusing on the 1 instead of the 9. This idiot who is in your life is the 9 out of 10 that is not good. Your mom represents the 1 out of 10 that is good. Your job every moment of every day in your life that is limited, we're not here forever, it's your choice to either choose to focus your mind and your heart on your mom and the good memories from holidays with your mom with the 1, that 1 out of 10, or you can actively choose to remember or attend or listen to the bull that he's giving you about how horrible you are, what you're not doing right, about how worthless you are, and how nobody and how lucky you are to have him. All of that BS, that's the 9 out of 10 that you have a choice, Brenda. Every moment you can pay attention to that, or you can say, done. I'm resetting, deleted those cookies, deleted his cookies. I'm focusing on the love that I know I have from a friendly universe that is giving me that example through my mom. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Do you want to take this on as your work?
No.
Yes?
I'm ready for change. Yes.
Yes. So, you are done. I'm not going to tell you that you should do a massive, breakup letter, dear John, whatever, rationalize, try to get him to understand. I'm just asking you, Brenda, to love yourself enough to give yourself 21 days with no other input than the one that I just gave you. So it might be easier not to interact with him because he's not giving you that input. It might be good to spend 21 days every day talking to your mom. It might be good to spend the next 21 days just sitting in the morning and starting your day with a memory of different holidays that you had as a child. But I'm telling you that it's your choice. If you really want to make a difference, you're going to have to stop doing everything that you were doing, thinking, and saying to make the difference. This is where it gets hard. It's easy for you to say, I want to make, and actually that's not true. I'm so grateful that you want to make the change. That is a huge, huge step. I want a little applause for that, please. Thank you. Thanks, Jarvis. Brenda, that was for you. That's recognition that you want to make the change. Now, let's follow it up by a change in behavior, because willingness without action is a fantasy. So if you want to start attracting healthy people who see you as the beautiful being that you will begin to know you are, then you're going to have to stop doing those things that you're doing that continue to keep you in the place that you are. That's the part that you're going to have to get really muscly strong around. So let me guess some of the things that you're doing now. So when he starts criticizing you, do you hang up or do you listen to it? Do you defend yourself and explain yourself, or do you say, thank you, I'm not listening to this?
I defend myself and explain myself.
Thank you. Stop that. Say goodbye. When you're ready to compliment me, call me back. But I'm not listening to this. Can you do that?
I can.
Good. So that's number one. I really would like you to take a break, though. So if you have any muscle enough to say, I need a break to work on myself for 21 days, please don't call or text me. That would be the most awesome thing. Okay? So if you can do that, that would be ideal. And after 21 days, we might do an extension. But let's start with 21 days because it takes 21 days to form a good habit. And I want you to get in a good habit of treating yourself as the loving, lovable, and loved being that you are. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. So that's aside. No input that is not positive. Okay, so you don't call people who make you feel bad. You don't talk to people who make you feel bad. You go to the library and rent DVDs and watch DVDs. You go to work. You talk to people who are good people. You do everything that affirms the goodness that you are.
Okay.
Okay, so that's two things. Can you do that?
I can do that.
For 21 days.
I can do that.
Good. I want you to get the book called This Thing Called You. It's by Ernest Holmes. Excuse me. And I read it every day. I've read it for the last 7 years. I was taught by Mama Byers, one of my teachers, and then a backup by Reverend Dr. Lissa Sprinkles to read that book every single day. And every time you see it says you, I want you to substitute you with I. And I want you to personalize this book. And every day that book will affirm who you are. Got it?
Got it.
Good. That's it.
Thank you, Dr. Marissa. I appreciate you so much.
Brenda, I am so rooting for you. And anytime a voice comes up and tells you otherwise, you remember this call because I know the truth about you. I know who you are. I know how fabulous and beautiful you are inside and out. I know this to be true, and I want you to too. Do you promise that? Will you hold? Do you believe that I believe it?
I believe it.
Good. Good. Thank you so much for sharing your heart, Brenda.
Thank you.
I'm blessed and grateful to get to do what I do. And if you are like Brenda, the same goes for you. All right. We are at the end of the show. It's time for Balance Bar, where I encourage you to step up and balance with me. And it is day 13, round 61 on the 21-day fast from complaining with Dr. Marissa. On round 4, 2011, this day was a hard day to post because it was the day after the Seal Beach shooting, the worst Orange County massacre, and I was in the library with the families waiting to identify their bodies, and it was a very, very hard day not to complain. But I wrote an article for the Orange County Register that was published that has since helped people going through tragedy, and I would encourage you to go to my Facebook if you are going through tragedy to hear it. It's not words that are going to make a difference on, oh, you will feel better and there's a magic pill, but it is words that came through at 4:30 in the morning to write. So just know that no matter how bad you feel, it's not going to get any better if you're complaining about it. It will get better when you hold the truth. And the truth is that we're all divine beings, that this is a friendly universe, and that no matter what happens, it will be okay. And that we go through pain as an alchemizing part of life, and that we do come out of it refined and even more beautiful than we were. And I know that to be the truth. Also, I want to invite you. I'm so bummed. I was actually invited to be a speaker, and I completely messed up my calendar, forgot I was going to be in Peru, agreed to speak. But I want to invite all of you to support and be part of the Women's Interfaith Leadership Conference, Thursday, October 6th at the Los Angeles City Hall, Tom Bradley Tower. And it's a free event, so there's no excuses. We can't wait for the men to lead us in this peace movement, especially 9/11 just happening. So join Soraya, my new friend that I met at the Global Works event at Agape. And if you go to info@sorayadean.com, SORAYADean.com, and register there. You can go on my Facebook. I posted it. It's an event that you'll want to do, and we'll have her on the show when I get back. Next, also, I want to give a huge shout out to the Long Beach Jazz Festival. Sorry, not that's last year. The Catalina Jazz Festival. I am going to have Keiko Matsui on my show next week, and she is also going to be performing there. Art Good is the organizer, and I get to be there. Compliments of the Jazz Festival covering the event, and I wanted to give a peace shout out to them. And please do register. There's not a lot of seats left, but if you love jazz, you love Keiko Matsui, my friends DW3 will be there, and a lot of other fabulous artists. Just go online and look up Catalina Jazz Fest. And next month, I'm going to have Lisa Nichols, which is an amazing guest, and I've already pre-recorded her. It is a show that will knock your socks off. So please do tune in and put October 4th down on your calendar, but just put every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on for me, because I know that you enjoy. Thank you for the support, for continuing to tune in with me on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
Learned to cry at an early age. People around me, my heart in a cage. Life was a book, don't turn a page. I couldn't see past my rage. I wanted to dance, but I pushed you away. Now I'm on my knees, I'll listen to what you say. And you said, be my partner, dance with me. Just hold on, I will lead. Don't be afraid if you can't see. I promise you joy in the mystery. I wanted to believe in magic, so I put on a masquerade. I pulled off an amazing hat trick, but the illusion didn't last a day. I wanted to dance, but I pushed you away. Now I'm on my knees, I listen to what you say. And you said, be my partner, dance with me. Just hold on, I will lead. Don't be afraid if you can't see. I promise you joy in the mystery. One day